So I'd go on the record saying that I've never been paid a single penny by West Ham United.
Right.
Does she take it up the arse?
Oh, fuck.
Does she take it up the arse? Like, go and do something with your life. Don't hate on me because I've done something. I became the face of the anti-coin promoting movement. These guys made millions and most of them were at school. But mine is much more just missionary standard. And I thought, oh my God, we've killed him.
Just before we start, don't forget to download this on iTunes and watch this on YouTube. Do both. Don't be lazy. Don't do one or the other. Thanks very much. I think we should start by saying a big thank you to our sponsors. We sort of leave that at the end usually. So I was going to say Slash Football.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. This week we have a huge YouTuber on, bigger than normal even. And while we've got these kind of figures, probably not used to these kind of figures on this channel, let's face it, no Slash Football. Got to say a big thank you to him for coming on. But first, don't forget, subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Of course, not just got a podcast, we've got the Football Hangover premier recap football show.
Are you using this time to promo just because you know that Spencer's numbers are going to be
maybe. But yeah, I just wanted to start off by saying I'm a self-made man pretty much on YouTube. This is my podcast.
Shameless.
And I haven't really had a lot of help.
Yeah.
But if there is anyone who's helped me on YouTube, it's Spencer.
Oh, right, okay, good. Yeah.
You like our... So thanks for coming on, mate.
No problem, mate. No problem. You know, we've had a few little adventures together, haven't we? Yeah. So I thought I've enjoyed the first few. Thought why not put myself in this perilous position on the True Geordie podcast because I don't know what to expect.
So many people have been tweeting us going, how is this going to work?
Yeah.
Spencer, like you're super clean on your channel, obviously. Yeah. You've got an audience, you know what you're doing, and family viewing, family friendly. Me, not so much.
Yeah.
So,
but yet we've worked together before.
We do it all the time.
I know.
Thank you for that, by the way.
It's quite funny though, isn't
Thanks
it?
for
Because
the money.
people do sort of think that like you're a bit of a loner and that you're a lone wolf. Because you're so offensive. Spencer's sort of, they think, oh, he's got all these mates. But actually in real life, it's the complete opposite.
Mate, it was time to call in a favour.
Yeah.
It was time to call. The Wembley Cup did that, no problem, did a great job, but now it's time to collect. After collecting the money that EE paid me as well. Thank you for that, EE.
And that free phone, that was
Appreciate it. Not a free phone.
No.
I'm with O2, if you must know. But yeah, Spencer, mate, you've had an amazing journey on YouTube. A long one. I've enjoyed watching it. Give me a lot of ideas. Not ones that I'm going to steal. Don't worry. But,
Wouldn't be the first.
I think Spencer sort of showed me the way a little bit, you know. And why don't you talk a little bit about what you think about like how you've gotten where you are?
Wow.
What makes you different?
Well, I don't know.
The average Joe, and there's a lot of average Joes.
I don't know. I think it's been a great journey. It's been a lot of fun, obviously, getting to where we are now. Not finished by any means.
1.7 million and counting.
Lots more to do.
Like
but, I mean, so Lawrence is an interesting one because Lawrence and I have known each other for a while. So we actually first worked together at a channel called Copper 90. And that's kind of where I guess the journey started for me in terms of a YouTube sense, really. I started uploading way before that in sort of 2008. But it was at Copper 90 that I actually started to get my head round YouTube as a business, YouTube as like what you have to do to make it, you know. You obviously know all this regular content, you know, a tight niche. You're actually going to, this is the content I'm going to make, not just random uploads that don't really...
You find who you are, sort of thing.
Exactly. And it's working in those jobs and some other jobs that I started to figure it all out, I guess. But the reason I bring it up is that, you know, like us all, we've worked in industry, we still do. So it's a little bit different. Not to say there's any right or wrong way of doing it, but I think part of the reason it's gone quite well to me, apart from obviously being lucky, is that... I have that prior experience. So I'm a couple of years older than a lot of the other YouTube guys. Just like yourself. So, you know, we're not old.
We're in our 20s.
We're not old. We're in our 20s.
Can we just get that?
I think it's still the mid-20s, but I'm not sure if it counts as late.
Some people say he looks in his mid-20s. You call them liars.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah. Okay. So, but in YouTube terms, Geordie, we are a little bit old, like because a lot of YouTubers are a fair bit younger than us. But what that's meant is that we've had a bit of real life experience. In the diving game, I know all about the diving game now. Don't worry about that.
Learn a lot more about it.
And
Blue diamonds and such.
So much life experience. It bubbles out of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Copa 90 should have never let you go, let's be honest. But you had to go off and do your own thing.
Didn't really let me go. Didn't really work like
Yeah.
that.
It was more of a
mutual
mutual agreement in a way,
and
wasn't
rode
it?
your
should have made me-
coattails. A bit like Lawrence is doing with me.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know.
You're my Copper 90.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could have made me want to stay better, I guess.
I think so. But luckily, you didn't. You've gone off. You've done your own thing. You've now gone on to be sort of like known as the football man on YouTube, one of the main football men, along with myself. West Ham, that's your football club.
Yes.
What are the good points? Because you're living the dream a little bit. What's the best things about being a YouTuber who gets to go and follow his club? You go to the match, take your camera along with you a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Have you had like some really good experiences doing that?
I have, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously it's not a West Ham channel. I make a lot of football content for, I think, obviously any football fan. But as a result of being a West Ham fan and making some content around the club, I've got to do some amazing things, you know. I kind of vlogged my whole season last year, final season at the Bowling Ground. I'm a season ticket holder. And the club saw that and got in touch with me sort of thing. Ever since then, I've been able to meet a load of the players, make content with the players. I hosted the kit launch this year, which is pretty crazy.
One story you told me, which I really loved, was the final game at the Bowling Ground. You, your dad and your brothers all played in, didn't you? Is that right?
So the final official game obviously was West Ham Man United.
Yeah.
But
Not the final Premier League. The final
exactly.
Premier League game.
That'd be-
Field
Get
game.
yourself
I
on,
think
lads.
I'd get a little bit of stick for that. But no, the post that, West Ham, the Bowling Ground was kind of, for want of a better word, it was pimped out. You know, they had a lot of games on there. The day that we played, I think there was 5 games just that day. And I think that went on for like 2 or 3 weeks. So they made a bit of money from it. But we played, my team, #United, we played against Umbro, who are the kit providers. They put a team together. Obviously, they had a day they could use there as sponsors of West Ham as well. And it was amazing. We got to play there. We won the game. But the best bit about that is normally in that team, my dad and my younger brother, Saunders, are involved. Sure, Saunders is a massive part of it behind the camera. And my dad sort of helps on a sort of physio. He's an actual proper physio for semi-pro football. But in this game, because it was West Ham, because it was one of the last games ever played on that hallowed turf.
He took you there from day one, didn't he?
Exactly. That's why we're West Ham fans. Saunders came on, and more importantly, or impressively, my dad came on. And he actually had a chance to score, which he bottled it, basically. Back post header, he bottled it. But it was great. We were all in the kit. It's one of my favourite photos, all 4 of us in the kit. And then we did a penalty shootout after the game. My dad actually banged it top bins.
Oh, nice one.
Makes sense.
Fair play.
He's got techers. He's got
His
techers.
dad, top bins. But yeah, I've met your dad. He's a really good bloke, isn't he, to be fair. But yeah, I was just thinking, what are the bad things about, like, you've had, because everyone imagines a YouTuber's lifestyle. You're making football videos, you're going here, there, and everywhere, especially like the size that you've grown to, you can go and do all these great things. But are there any things about being like a football YouTuber that really piss you off that people wouldn't expect?
Well, I mean, certainly I'm not going to sit here and say it's a bad job. It's an amazing job. Right? I love it. I'm very lucky, very fortunate to be in the position I am. But like all things in life, the good comes with the bad. You know, there's always 2 sides to every story, and there are some things that probably people don't think about that do happen. Particularly the West Ham angle, to be honest. And in fact, this year, people on my channel may have seen, I've kind of wound down my involvement with the club a little bit. I've started vlogging less games.
I've seen a few tweets
Some
about
people
that,
have said they think it's because we've been losing. I've been vlogging the games and not putting them up. Like,
I'm not going.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
fuck them.
If I want to give across a West Ham experience, I definitely would upload the losses because we get a lot more of them over the years. Don't worry.
Choice at the minute.
I'm not some. I'm a West Ham. I've been a West Ham fan for 27 years. Right. I'm not. I'm used to
I don't
losses.
think this is the
I've seen
first
2
bad season
relegations.
West Ham have had, if I remember correctly. In fact, last season's probably the only good season.
Well, all these guys are tweeting us. We have to remember is most of these guys are like these guys that support Man United and they only think about winning, or Arsenal, whoever. They don't realise that losing is par for me.
It's normal.
As a West Ham fan, if we lose, it's like, but how much did we lose by?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was only 3-0.
Did you see
Why did
Payet
we
scores?
lose? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Payet still play well, but we still lost?
So I'm used to it. The reason I haven't been vlogging it, to be honest, is actually completely different. I've not actually been going to a lot of the games. I've been busy. You know, I'm a season ticket holder and I go to everyone I can. I've had various commitments, a lot of hashtag games.
There's a lot of things you kind of get out of.
Playing at the same time,
what people don't understand.
Well, if you work in the football industry, you're going to be busy
yeah,
weekends.
there's sometimes I can't get to Newcastle games. I'm like, oh, fuck. You just want to be there for every single game.
Yeah.
But then when you're in football, those are the exact hours that people sometimes want you for.
Exactly.
And then you feel really crap. And then someone's like, oh, you're not a proper Newcastle fan. I'm like,
I have to
fucking
go out
hell.
there and say, like, I've never ever gone out there and said I'm #1 West Ham fan.
Yeah.
I've never been someone that really goes to away games. A lot of people seem to think that's like some sort of rite of passage you have to do to be a proper fan. Fair play to you. If you've got time to give up every weekend to go to West Ham, good luck to you. But you've not got much going on in your life.
Yeah.
Right? And there's not taken away from that. That's a great thing if you're a proper committed
nice
football fan, but that means that is your life, and I haven't got that kind of time. However, I have had a lot of backlash from West Ham fans, if I'm honest. And this is definitely a minority.
Yeah.
Because overwhelming support, only really once.
Sometimes the minority are louder than the vast majority, because
especially
the vast majority.
And on something like Twitter as well.
Yeah, the vast majority are happy. They're not constantly tweeting every day going, oh, you're a really good guy, I really like your cod. But when someone's got a bee in their bonnet, they're more vocal about it generally.
Yeah, it would be good if there was like a Twitter where people just sort of went, I thought this is really
job.
great. Yeah, good job.
Carry on about your day, Spencer. Doing a great job.
You get a bit of that, though.
Every now and then,
The thing is, I've only ever had one, maybe two instances in actual real life where someone said something to me in my face. But most of it, you do get a little bit on Twitter. Some people, because I've been fortunate to transcend YouTube a little bit, and I've got to do some mainstream stuff, for want of a better word. Like I said, hosting the kit launch, going on Sky Sports and stuff like that. You're then being exposed to an audience that maybe don't watch your stuff or don't like your stuff for some reason. Now,
or don't know why your stuff exists.
Exactly.
Because YouTube, outside of YouTube, like my dad or anyone would sort of be like, why?
It's generational, isn't it? There's a limit to how far we've gone so far. In 20 years' time, YouTube is just going to be like Sky, or it's a regular form of entertainment.
Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of YouTubers out there who deserve some stick. Right, but in my opinion, I'm not one of them. I'm very responsible. I don't do anything. I think you could not like my videos if you just don't like me or don't like them. That's fine. But I can't really anger anyone with what I do.
Opinion. Yeah,
apart from maybe in a few IMO videos where I said Pyatt is better than Ozil. That pissed a lot of people off. Right?
But you know what?
To be fair, there's probably more people who've got more numbers from that video than you have. There are more people who probably reference that than you reference now.
Yeah.
So you reference people actually saying stuff to your face.
Yeah.
When did that happen, and what was that?
Well, there's been a few. So, like I say, I've been lucky. I got to do a lot of cool things this year. West Ham had a short, but actually it's not even sweet time in the Europa League qualifiers.
It was very short.
So last year I went to Andorra.
Qualifiers.
Watched us beat a load of bus drivers 1-0.
Yeah.
Which was... The place was lovely. The match was rubbish. This year I went to Slovenia and I went to Romania away. I went to home games as well. Mm-hmm. Because it's a Europa League, what it does is it offers you a chance to go to countries you'd never go to necessarily.
Exactly.
I've been to Slovenia before, funnily enough, but not Romania. Anyway, in Slovenia, so one of these things, I mean, it's a ridiculous situation, but on the day I went to Slovenia, West Ham decided to release or force into retirement this guy called Tony Carr, who's a very famous West Ham coach. He was part of the academy that brought through the likes of Joe Cole, Frank Lampard, all these guys. Did a lot for the club.
It was an amazing class of players, that, wasn't it?
For whatever reason, West Ham decided to make him redundant. They had their reasons. We hadn't really produced anyone from the academy for a number of time. It operates at a loss at the moment because that academy, various things. He's of retirement age. They offered him an ambassadorial role at the club. He didn't take it. As a result, a lot of people like to be negative, particularly on Twitter. We hadn't signed a big name striker. People were getting injured left, right, and centre. They were negative. They decided to attack the club. Yeah. A week prior to this, I'd hosted the kit launch. A lot of people didn't like the fact that I hosted the kit launch because I'm a YouTuber and they'd much prefer Ben Shepherd to be doing it.
And they would assume you've probably been paid a fortune for that kit launch.
Which is completely opposite. So I'd go on the record saying now I've never been paid a single penny by West Ham United. Right. And I actually filled in on the kit launch the day before because Mark Wright pulled out.
So
they called me and said, we need help.
Yeah.
Mark
I mean, I seen the rap. I didn't like the rapping. I think you'd probably tend to agree with us on that. It wasn't the best rap I've heard in my life. There was a guy rapping on stage during the kit launch.
No, I'm absolutely... I watched...
Have you seen it?
He was a bit like Lawrence, actually, wasn't he? The guy.
Yeah, it was car crash, much like Lawrence.
Yeah.
I mean, West Ham, they didn't help themselves on that day. I didn't know a lot of stuff going into it, to be honest. They kind of made it sound like we were going to announce a signing.
Yeah, there was a lot of buzz, wasn't it, at the time? I remember that.
Everyone saw this rapper and they were like, what's going on? And then for whatever reason, some people decided to blame me for that. Apparently I gave the guy the job. Apparently I decided we didn't sign anyone. And even though I'm just there filling in for someone reading a script, they give me a load of stick. Like I say, a few days later, Tony Carr had gone. And all these tweets are going, oh, our club's so tin pot. Why are we getting rid of someone like Tony Carr and paying this guy Spencer Owen? I say, first of all, I've never been paid. Yeah. Second of all, it's like they had to choose one or the other. If we get rid of Tony, we can keep working with Spencer. It doesn't work like that. Or like I was consulted on the decision. Do you know what I mean?
Imagine Gold, the chairman, just like, on the one hand, all right, we'll keep Spencer.
Yeah.
All right, Spencer's a feature. He's young.
Academy
He's
or
young.
YouTube? I don't.
Fucking hell,
Yeah.
man.
But by the way, guys, we're getting rid of all the sandwiches. Why? Well, Spencer Owens is going to cost us another 50 grand a season. Do you know what I mean?
So basically, a few people were tweeting me stuff around that day, and I thought, you know what, I'm in Slovenia. A lot of these guys that are saying they're hardcore fans, there's a good chance they might be out in Slovenia as well.
All right.
So I tweeted out and said, if anyone's got any issues, come and find me, and I'll explain to you why you're wrong. Right? And some people decided that was me offering them out.
Yeah.
Thinking I was going to fight them. I was like, well, no, I mean, I'm literally going to explain to you why you're wrong. We're going to talk to you, and we're going to talk it out.
With my fists
Right?
when I beat you to a pulp.
A few people came up to me. None of them had any issues. They just asked me my opinion on it. It was all fine. But then at the game, I'm there with my missus.
Your girlfriend, Alex, yeah.
Yeah, you know, been amazing.
You're not looking for problems when you're out with your missus, are you?
Listen, she works. She works with me. She knows all about football now. She gets really involved in it, but she doesn't go to a lot of games, especially not away in Slovenia.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm trying to make her enjoy the experience as much as possible, so she has a good memory of West Ham. Aside from the fact that we got, I think we drew that game, the Slovenia game, which is disappointing. We might have lost it actually. I can't remember, to be honest. I think we did lose it. We did lose it the first leg.
Were
Yeah,
you
we
in-
did.
Was that when there was like cages around the pitch?
That was Romania. I'll tell you about that in a bit. But the Slovenia one, some guys were doing the classic. They saw me in the crowd. And there's not a lot of West Ham fans there, so it's easy to see us. Spencer, give us a song. Spencer, give us a song. And I sung a song. 10 minutes later, Spencer, give us a song, sang another song. Gets to the point where you either run out of songs or you just want... I'm there working, remember? I'm vlogging the game. So I can only do so many songs, right? And I didn't.
And this young kids saying this?
No, they're about 20.
All right, so they just-
anything. There's a group of guys. Some of them don't know who I am, but they're just joining in on the song. Some of them did. Youngest one would have been about 18 on this occasion, away in Slovenia.
What kind of songs are you doing? You're doing popular numbers?
I'm just doing the West Ham. I'm doing like, you know, his Ludwig McCloskey's song.
Les
I'm doing
Mis, those, yeah.
Les Mis is big in East London, yeah,
Big.
massively.
Yeah.
And no, the West Ham songs.
All right,
Yeah.
And I didn't sing on the third or fourth time they asked me to sing. I was like, gestured to them, I was like, boys, I've got a film, whatever. And suddenly they turned. And it was pointing to Alex. And we're talking like no further away from where that camera is. Does she take it up the arse?
Oh, fuck.
Does she take it up the arse? And
No, that's totally...
And you're
fair to-
chanting back.
to be fair to Alex, she took it really well.
Yeah.
But I could see she was uncomfortable.
Well,
And I just thought, you know
Not
what?
the best
Like,
turn of phrase, but-
that's the level I can take. I can take that. It's a bit of banter. It's not. I don't really approve of it. I felt bad for Alex, but like, if that's the worst it gets, that's fine. That comes with the job. What happened in Romania was unacceptable.
Was that the next place?
Next away trip.
All right.
I maybe could have taken the little warning signs from
You
Slovenia.
would have been within
and
your
gone
rights
back,
to get
but-
pretty pissed off about the first
thought-
time, but I think
Yeah.
you handled it probably the right way. Do you know what I
And
mean?
one thing did happen in Slovenia actually, because I started blocking a few people.
All right.
People that are saying stuff like, "You're a YouTuber, you don't deserve to have any time with West Ham." If they, it's all Twitter. Most people don't even read the mentions when it gets to a certain point. But I always try and read them all. If I've got someone that's just hating on me for no reason, I'm going to block them because I don't want to see that in my life. And one guy came up to me and said, "Why did you block me?" And I said, "Well, I don't know because I don't know which one you are, but you'd have said something that I thought was unacceptable." And this other guy came up to me and said, "Why did you block me?" I said, "Who are you?" And he told me his account now. I won't say it because I don't want to give any publicity. And I said, "Because I'm not going to repeat the word. You'd say it, haven't
You're
you?"
a fucking dick, mate.
Yeah, worse than that. But I basically told him what I thought of him.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Because these guys, some of them, and I'll say this about my own fans, to be honest, some of them are scum. They are. They don't deserve, like, they're on Twitter, anonymous names. They haven't got the balls to say something with their own name on it.
No, but I don't think what you mean. I think that's just Twitter generally.
Of course,
there's a lot of.
but these guys explicitly will go on there, and this
Yeah.
isn't a West Ham thing. This is a football
Every club.
Twitter thing, or whatever you want to call it.
It's Twitter thing.
They are on there to make people's lives worse, and I just can't stand that. I think if you're a negative person, don't say anything. Just get on with your life. Don't go and do something with your life. Don't hate on me because I've done something.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was Slovenia. Romania wasn't a good vibe. They put us in a cage. All away fans were put in a cage, and literally you had to like get let out to get out. And obviously as a West Ham, like other clubs, but maybe slightly more so, we have our great working class, heroic, good lad fans, and we have some fans that like getting a little bit naughty, you know. We've got the Green Street hooligans, whatever you want to call it. Some guys that you don't want to get caught in an alleyway with.
Yeah.
You'd think you'd be safe with your own fans though, right? I'm in another country, I'm
because
supporting West Ham.
You're all together. You're supposed to look after each other. You're in
Yeah.
a foreign country. It's you against them, not you against
And
each
I
other.
could get it, because one thing I'd say to the Romanian guys that they were listening, if you want people not to behave like animals, don't put them in a cage.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're going to get.
That's what you treat them
if we were kicking off with the Romanians for that reason, I wouldn't have joined in, but I would have understood it. But anyway, long story short, I was aware there was a bit of animosity in the air. Some people maybe didn't like me for some reason. Like these guys decided not to like me.
I hate how many FIFA videos he makes. What a dickhead. I can't stand it. I mean, I think...
He packed Bobby Moore last week. I can't get him.
Never packed him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went out at half time to this other outside the cage to do a little bit in the vlog, just to update on. I'm just telling people what's happening in the game. I'm with Alex again. And I see this group of guys. And I just want to make one thing really clear. This is a minority. I go to games. I have loads of people come up to me who are really nice. I do loads of photos with people. Like, I love it. I love it.
You've seen someone on the way in here and you had a perfectly good chat with them.
Yes.
You've got no problem with that.
If you're one of the guys that watches my channel, or even if you don't watch the channel, but you just want to say hello, I'm always open to that.
Yeah.
And that's happened at this game. I had one guy come up to me who was from the Israeli West Ham supporters group, and he said, I just want to thank you for the work you do, because as a West Ham fan in Israel, it's pretty hard to follow the team. You can't always watch the games, but I watch your vlogs to see a fan's perspective of it. And I was like, brilliant. I'm glad. Like, I didn't even think that I got to do people like that were watching. And then I see these other guys, and they've seen a few people ask for photos and stuff, and they're looking at me, and I could just sense something wasn't right. This one guy, about 6'4", skinhead, lanky guy, tattoos all over him, skinny version of you, basically. Right?
God.
There's only one me.
Awful.
And
sounds terrible.
He says to me, Spence, come and get a photo, mate, like this, right? And I looked at him and I thought, he doesn't want a photo.
No.
Like, and I thought, I'm a little bit on edge, I'll be honest, because I'm with just me and my missus. Yeah. There's like 4 of those guys all fitting.
Alex isn't much of a scrapper, let's be honest.
I mean, her brother is.
Her
brother is about it.
Brother's a UFC fighter from back in the day.
But
he wasn't there.
I'm just thinking, best case scenario, I get a photo of this guy. I don't think he wants a photo.
So what does he want then?
I'm just trying to manage the situation.
So you're going through the situation, the possibilities in your head, and one of those possibilities on the run is I'm possibly going to get my head kicked in.
Exactly. And Alex could as well.
Well,
this guy didn't look like the sort of person that would be bothered about
whether
it.
Yeah.
So I look at him and I think, I'm trying to be polite. I don't want to anger him anymore. So I say, look, mate, I don't think you really want a photo. It's fine. Let's just watch the game. And he goes, no, mate, come and have a photo. And I say, look, I'll have a photo of you if you really want one, but I don't think you actually want a photo of me, do you? And I looked at his mate, who sort of was trying to gesture to me, like, you're on the right tracks, you might as well stay out of this.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a photo. So I say, mate, it's fine, don't want any trouble. This is a West Ham fan, a fellow fan.
By the way, you've just got his mate in deep trouble.
Yeah.
Like, he's turning around to his 4 mates listening to this,
going, the end of the story
who was it? Who was it?
You haven't heard the end of the story yet. So this guy...
Barry, it was you, wasn't it?
This guy... When I say no to the photo a second time, he says, oh, you... For want of a better word, you're a fucking cunt, mate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He says, and I say, why are you saying that? And I'm thinking, what have I done to deserve that? And I'll be honest, I got angry.
Yeah.
So I thought, I don't want to have any trouble, but I'm going to stand up for myself.
Good lad.
Because even though my missus is here, I've got no way this guy should be saying that to me. I've not done anything to deserve it. So I say, why are you saying that? And he goes, you're too big time. You can't have a photo of me. I said, no, of course I'd have a photo of you, mate. But you clearly don't want one based on what you just called me. You're trying to wind me up. You're trying to cause problems. I'm trying to stay out of trouble here. And he starts walking towards me. I think, right, I've got to make a decision here. On a basic human level, I don't want to have a fight with the guy. 1, because he's massive.
Yeah.
Right? 2, because I'm with my missus. I've got no backup. And 3, I'm thinking, how is this even possible?
I'm in a cage
I'm
in
a West
Romania.
Ham. I'm a West Ham fan. I've spent, and we'll get on to why he did it. He had this assumption, like I said, that I'm getting paid by the club for some reason, which I've never been paid by the club. Did it all off my own back. Likewise, flying out to Romania, all on my own back. I'm paying for this to make my video for my channel. He says, you're a scumbag, mate. You get paid by the club. And I'm like, right, first of all, where'd you get that information from? Why do you think I get paid by the club? Never been paid. And he says, oh, my mate told me. I was like, right, have you ever seen one of my videos? No, I've never seen it. I didn't know you made videos. I'm like, right, okay. So you've decided I'm a cunt. You called me one because your mate has told you I am. Is that how you make your life decisions, is it? And I'm getting a bit aggressive with him at this point because he's come over to me, he's walked towards me, not friendly, right in my face, calling me all these words under the sun. And I say...
Still backing off a little bit though, right?
I'm thinking, I don't want to go physical, but I'm thinking I'm not going to let him off.
Yeah.
So I say, why do you think it's fine to call me that? And I've done nothing. In fact, if anything, I've helped the club where I think I can.
Yeah.
Some people would think that...
Behind the scenes,
yeah, some people might think that I haven't helped, but you have to ask people at the club if they think. And I do talk to them a lot, and I'm sure they'd tell you that I've been very helpful. So... I'm giving it a bit back. Long story short, the guy basically and I wish this was filmed. I wish someone had been filming it because this guy who you are, mate, you're an absolute coward of a man, because he didn't even have the strength of character to stick to his guns. As soon as I told him the truth, he went, "Oh, you know what, mate? I'm really sorry. My mate just told me you weren't a good guy, so I thought I'd have a go at you, even though I know you're a West Ham fan. I'm actually from Peterborough, mate. I'm from Peterborough." And his accent changed. He suddenly went from East London to Peterborough accent. He was absolutely, and I'm happy to mug this guy off. If I knew him, I'd tell you his name, because he absolutely turned to the point where he was holding my arm saying, "Mate, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry if I offended you." And I'm like, "I've apologised to my missus as well, because you've offended her." And he's like, "I'm really sorry. Your boyfriend's a nice guy. He's a great guy." I'm like, 5 seconds ago, you were calling me all these names on the sun. I wish I'd filmed that, because it is literally what I imagine a lot of these little scumbag guys who call people out would be like if you actually shouted to them in real life.
That's the whole point, is that most people, when you do challenge them or you sort of confront them with a detail, will be like, "Oh, actually, you're right."
Well, because
the turnaround.
His anger is built on bullshit. I mean, if you're angry about people getting paid for the club, mate, why are you supporting 11 blokes on the pitch?
Yeah.
Because
especially when we're losing to the 9th team in Romania.
You should be more worried about
this
them.
team were 9th in the Romanian league.
Again,
and we got knocked out
second
by
year
them.
running. Bizarre. I've had experience. I think as a Newcastle fan, I've got a lot of support from Newcastle fans, to be fair, and I kind of complain. But, you know, I've had the odd person bitching on Twitter, and it always baffles me, like, do you know how many people from Newcastle fucking make it? Like, it doesn't... There's Anton Deck, there's Alan Shearer, and Gaza. Oh, do you know what I mean? There's not many fucking people...
Beardsley from Newcastle? Yeah.
There's not many people who've done it. I'm
That's
like...
actually quite a high number.
I'm just a regular bloke who's sitting on the fucking couch.
Exactly.
And I'm here now. I'm down in London in a fucking studio.
Yeah.
And I've got like followers, and my videos are getting views. You should be building me up, mate.
Yeah.
I'm one of you.
It's the worst thing about it. I
can't understand it.
That's what I've said to them. I said, "Do you know you're literally arguing against the club ever embracing you in any way?" To all these fans. I'm saying, I'm just a fan who's gone out on his own, done well for himself, and they're embracing that. What you're saying is, no, we want you to only work with GMTV presenters, people that have been on Towie, and, you know, anyone that's in television or whatever. And that's fine. They can do it, and they can not turn up to events they've promised they're going to present and all this sort of thing. And I can come in and fill in, and I can get the stick. So listen, 99% of West Ham fans, absolute golden, salt of the earth, love them. Yeah.
I thought you meant Mark Wright, the footballer.
No,
I was wow, I mean, that is quite a tenuous
Mark Wright,
link.
the lad who is on TV.
On Towie.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not trying to throw him under the bus.
About him.
I'm just throwing him under the bus. What I'm saying,
apart from that,
what I'm saying is that these people,
always in Essex,
for some reason, when they get reached out to by their clubs, these scumbag fans that cause problems for people, they decide that's fine.
Because it's conventional, isn't it? It's
So
it's the
Spencer Owen, I can quote you, not a fan of football Twitter.
Well, football Twitter as a movement is disgusting. Like,
that's a no then.
What is football Twitter?
To use their own words, it's vile, and have you seen these words they use? Vile and disgusting. Triggered, rustled, all this nonsense.
Yeah.
They all have footballers' names in their handles. Like, you guys need to get out more, honestly. You really do need to get a life. If you're watching and you're finally Firmino, or what's the other one? One of them actually got thrown off Twitter. This guy was finally Noble. West Ham fan. You should probably... I don't want to say anything too rash, but you basically just need to reinvent your life.
You're on the right show if you want to do that.
You really just need to reassess your life and what you're doing here.
You
because
showed him.
You basically...
You need to reassess your life.
Let me give you an example, right? Hashtag United.
Yeah.
Got a lot of young fans.
Just want to talk about that.
Got a lot of older fans, we've got a lot of younger fans. He hashtagged it. Some of them buy the kits, which is great.
Yeah.
Some of the parents or the kids might tweet me a picture of them in the kit saying, "Mum, day's made, I've got a thing." From my perspective, that's unbelievable. It's something I've created. Yeah. These people are loving it. They're buying stuff for it. It's all affordable. Yeah. Check it out. #United.com.
Very popular in Peterborough.
Free.
And but I actually got to a point now where I can't retweet that stuff. Because if I retweet that, these haters, these football Twitter guys, whomever, will jump on it. To the point where before I learnt this lesson, this mum tweeted me saying, "Just, I bought this kid a shirt, it's made his day." I didn't know much backstory, but I just started to read. It's a video of the kid going, #United, he's loving life. And I thought, what a lovely positive thing in the world. And
as a creator of YouTube stuff and that's like the best thing you can have happen to you.
Exactly.
Is to be tweeted.
And I'm thinking,
a young kid being happy about that.
And I want to share that with people.
Well, yeah, of course.
So I retweet it, thinking that's nice. That's a nice way I can reach out to people and say, I'm going to share that. This one guy is finally a Noble guy. Decided to tweet this mum, and say, if I see your kid, I'm going to slit his throat. All these other. That was just one tweet. All these other things.
There's no funny about that.
And also this kid also, which we found out later, was autistic, and he had a few other things. Low confidence. You should imagine. Luckily, it was the mum's Twitter, and not the kid's. Fair play to the mum, who subsequently we invited down to a game with the kid, and he's come down and I've met him. He's a lovely lad. But fair play to the mum, because she followed through on it. She reported it to the police, and he got taken off Twitter, this guy. And I do believe he's also banned from the London Stadium now.
Fuck me.
And if hopefully that is true, because that guy should not only be banned from London Stadium, he should be locked up, in my opinion. Like, there's something. It's not. This is one case. I went down his Twitter. This guy is absolute.
Just poison.
Well, yeah. So we don't want to get too negative today, but
let's talk about something good.
Yeah.
Hashtag United. You mentioned it before.
Yeah.
I seen this idea when you first made it. Obviously, it's been in the background for a long time. I think it was 2010. You first.
Yeah, so it was an idea actually I wanted to do when I was at COP90, to be fair.
They didn't go for that, no?
They didn't go for it, mate.
Not the smartest. It's having a bit of success now.
The idea's evolved a bit since then, in fairness, but originally we wanted to do this kind of Sunday League team that people could control from home, and hashtag FC obviously being like a clue to it being a social media thing. Yeah. And we actually turned it into a 7-a-side team that we never actually ended up filming, but me and my mates, a lot of the boys who play in the team now, played in... You actually came down once.
Yeah.
We played in South London. And that was in 2011, I think we started that team. And then we obviously turned it into 11-a-side, we started filming it, and that's where we are now. But it's been a long time in the making, yeah. It's great. I love it.
I think this is a good time to announce that... Probably going to start my own team soon.
True Geordie FC.
Everything you've done, And,
another one.
Head-to-head rivals.
Is that based on? So that's sort of based on
running around on a football pitch. My days are probably done.
Did you ever start?
Who knows?
Commentary.
But yeah, would you mind if I copied that? Or probably would.
Listen, I know you're joking because we've spoke about this sort of thing before, and you're actually one of the guys who agrees with my philosophy on this. Like, it's very hard. Yeah, hashtag United. It's been influenced by things like Fash FC. Do you remember Fash FC back in the day when we were growing up? John Fashionu's football club. It was
a massive influence
on football. Rejects. Do you remember them on Nickelodeon?
Wembley Cup was influenced by
Hurricanes. Do you remember the Hurricanes?
No.
Oh, do you never watch the cartoon The Hurricanes?
No.
You never watched the cartoon
Just
The
leave
Hurricanes?
it. The moment's gone. So yeah.
Yeah. So obviously.
Liverpool?
Most ideas have been influenced by other things. Yeah,
it's hard to think of your own ideas.
Look at my most successful things. Most of them are hybrids of things that have happened before. Wheel of Fortune sounds like Blockbusters. No, Wembley Cup is a soccer aid type thing for YouTube. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm some sort of pioneer that's reinventing the wheel. I'm just evolving things for YouTube, right? Some people decide to literally just copy stuff outright. Not just my stuff, loads of other people have done it. And that, for me, is when you become a lazy YouTuber. Because if you can't add a little bit to it, you're in the wrong gig.
Do you not think, though, that is part of YouTube is that it is a bit of a bubble? And it is sort of people, I'll go into a lot of meetings, I'm sure you have the same thing, where they go, we've got this idea.
Yeah.
And then they describe your exact idea.
Yeah.
But because a lot of them aren't actually in the industry, they've never seen your idea.
No,
and it's actually nothing offensive.
Totally.
But it sort of becomes like a...
What I'd say is different when the thing is out there, though. So hashtag United,
if it's already out there and getting millions of views.
Yeah. So it's out there. It's in a lot of newspaper articles and stuff, and suddenly last week some other team comes out that is exactly the same, but just a lot less views. Then you've got, in my opinion, yes, flattery is the most sincere form of... Wait, have I said that wrong?
No, copy.
Imitation is the same as flattery. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Flattery is the most sincere form of imitation.
Yes.
He doesn't play by the rules.
It works both ways in many ways, yeah.
So yeah, it's great. It means you're doing something right. I always say this. If someone's copying you, you're doing something right. So let them copy you, because you're just going to do another new thing and another new thing. Yeah. And you're either going to keep copying you or they're going to run out of ideas.
Hashtag United coming soon.
Do you know what I think is great, though, is that so those videos will probably start, all right... Hi guys, welcome back to another show.
Alright mate, how you doing? Yeah. Welcome back to another video.
Yeah.
We're going to play hashtag... We're going to do a football show about where people come and achieve things. And it just gets this really awkward area of YouTube. But...
Especially when they remove all the comments that point out that it's been copied as well.
That, but that happens all the time on YouTube videos, doesn't it?
No, you're right though, it is a bubble. Like, loads of people talk... I remember when I did Benchwarmers, I'd been approached prior to that to be on a quiz show for football. Mm-hmm. And the reason I escalated Benchwarmers is because what these guys didn't know is that it's an idea I'd had and been talking to people about doing for a year.
And
I'd been delaying it because I'd been delaying it, so I didn't have the means to do it. And I thought, if these guys are going to do it, I'm going to get my one out there because I've been working on this for ages. So they probably felt like I copied them, which is completely
a lot of copying goes on. The dark side of YouTube is sort of being exposed more and more. There's not just a lot of copying, there's a lot of lying that goes on YouTube.
There's a lot of exploiting.
the scandals where is it CS:GO?
CS:GO Lotto, yeah.
Lotto, where people are sort of saying, "Oh, this website want me to advertise this on this game," when the guy actually owns the website.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, to be fair, that's fucking.
No, it isn't. It is smart. I actually thought to myself, fuck, I'm glad I didn't think of that first, because I probably would have done it and then got rumbled.
Yeah.
And not even being aware that I was doing anything wrong.
What
But now we're finding out.
What's smart?
What is the problem?
So what's
that?
smart is that basically, what's smart is advertising something you own.
Yeah,
that's smart. But you have to be honest about that. And what you also have to do, where they got, and then we should say it's still allegedly because it's in a lawsuit.
Allegedly,
you have problems.
What they did allegedly wrong is that they own this website, right? And this website was a virtual kind of betting website where you put virtual CS:GO skins up and you try and win other ones. Fundamentally, by owning it, it means that they could have edited the footage that showed them winning these jackpot things, which is what they've been investigated for, that they made it look better than it was.
It's like a betting site, almost like saying, all right, we have this gambling game here. They've organised the game, they put the footage out of you winning more regularly and being easier to win than what it is, and then that's not actually the case.
That's one problem. You've also got the problem where it is gambling and it's not a gambling certified service, not in the gambling commission. So it's sort of grey areas with YouTube and younger people watching, so there's a little bit of...
In the FIFA community, we had the FIFA Coins.
Yes.
What's the problem? Because I'm not part of that. I don't care for FIFA Coins. I don't, I enjoy...
care for them.
I enjoy...
I'm more of a £20 note man myself.
Never part
I'll
of
do
it.
Bitcoin, sure, because I need to buy some things.
Basically, the situation
By the way,
was...
for cheap or reasonably priced FIFA Coins, don't forget to go to the links in the video below.
No, I'm not on that. Okay. So a while ago, I promoted FIFA Coins. So basically what is, in order to get the best players on FIFA, you have to buy FIFA points.
Right.
You open packs, and then in return, you're given change, which are FIFA Coins.
Right.
Now, with those FIFA Coins that you're given in change, you can then buy players that you want directly. Brilliant. You don't have to open any packs. Genius. So in an ideal world, you just have an account full of FIFA Coins and you don't have to go through the packs malarkey. And what companies were finding out doing was a way of glitching those and getting the FIFA Coins and selling them. And now what YouTubers were doing was advertising, like I did. Sort of wish I'd been a lot bigger at the time. Might have made more money out of it. Didn't make a lot, unfortunately.
10% to checkout in those sort of things.
Yeah, I was bottom of the sort of food chain on that one, just starting out. Unfortunately,
I was the same though. I became the face of the anti coin promoting movement, but I had a coin sponsor for a very small period of time, a couple of months, probably about 3 years ago.
Before you,
you made more than enough in that time in order to cut them off.
Literally made so little that it wasn't a problem to leave it.
Yeah.
But some people got a few houses out of that, that's for sure.
Yeah, some people went all the way to the fucking bank.
Yeah.
Big time. Not
How?
me.
Well, the people who really made the money, obviously, YouTubers that promoted it made a lot of good money.
If you think that every time a YouTuber promotes this link, that hundreds and hundreds of kids are going and using their link, that they are now then making some money out of that. If you think of some of the audiences that some YouTubers have got, and imagine the possibility of how much they can make out of that when so many kids want these FIFA Coins, because I wanted FIFA Coins. I was buying FIFA Coins myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Which code were you using?
My own link.
Okay, got you.
So you got a cut of it.
10%
That's
or whatever
genius.
it was.
So you're getting a kickback from your own sales?
Not much. But yeah, so some of them are making a shit ton of money, and good for them personally. I think, fair play. But is it fair?
Well, what I'll say is that a lot of people don't understand, and I won't name names because a lot of these guys are my friends, and I actually completely understand their reasons.
Probably work it out then.
So one of the reasons I stopped doing it,
got a list of 10 guys.
Because what happens is EA ended up doing loads of stuff with me, and everyone thinks that's why I did it. But you have to remember, when I stopped having a coin sponsor, EA were not working with any YouTubers.
Yeah.
There was no promises of that. There was no discussion of that. Went out on my own. I did it for two reasons. One, morally, I realised that we're actually killing the game. That and also I didn't. EA was starting to put punishments on people, ban people. I didn't want to advertise something to an audience, the viewer of mine, that they spend money on, and then they get their account ruined, and they say, "Oh, well, Spencer told me to do it. I don't want to be that guy."
Yeah.
And secondly, it was because I knew it was frowned upon in the industry, and I wanted to do big things in this industry. I don't want to come into YouTube, make a load of money, buy a house, and quit. I want to be here for the long term. It's my third career. So
not a car as well.
Things like the Wembley Cup and all that genuinely would not have happened if I had a coin sponsor.
Yeah.
So it's the right decision for me. Some YouTubers it's not the right decision for. Some YouTubers did the right thing by having one because they got loads of money and they haven't really got the same ambitions as me, and what they want to do is have loads of money to do it. And I'm not trying to say this is wrong, I'm trying to say it's different. They did the right thing for them. However, what a lot of people do not understand is how much money was made. Right.
All right.
We're talking. I'm not going to say
I'm in the
names.
dark about this.
Let's just say. I'm just going to say. I'm not going to go with the most expensive. I'm not going to go with the most cheap. I'm going to take
an average.
I'm going to take not an average, but a good amount that one of the bigger YouTubers have made.
Median. Could
have easily been making, say, 35 grand a month, 40 grand a month, easily, right? That's a promoter.
What the fuck are we sitting here?
So that's almost $500,000 a year. Okay.
If I'd only started FIFA YouTubing 2 years sooner, I wouldn't be fucking around doing podcasts, would I?
Yeah.
Would I?
But here's what you've got to think about, right?
I still would. I like doing this.
YouTuber making 35k a month, right?
Yeah.
How much are the people paying him making?
Exactly, yeah.
To make that means the people that are selling the coins, the people that actually
he owns the website, mate.
Well,
So
in some cases, yes. In some cases, they own the website, but
Really?
the people that were glitching and actually like farming the coins,
Right.
We're talking about some characters who, by the age of 16, were making millions. Right? There's only a handful of them because a lot of these guys were actually farming those coins to multiple coin sellers.
Yeah.
But the ones that actually generating the coins, these guys were, I've had it quoted to me, their code was so sophisticated, but also so untrained because they hadn't gone through like computer programming school. They just trained themselves like almost to like an autistic level, Rain Man, where they were so good at it. Mm-hmm. EA developers have said they looked at their code and it was hacking the game, and it was like someone had been sick in the Matrix. Like it was so developed they couldn't understand it, but it was better than what they did.
Wow.
These guys were able to hack the game and just make all the players have 25-foot long legs.
They were flying.
Make all the
through
players
it.
have wings.
Yeah,
That's how good they were.
Yeah.
So they were making all these coins. These guys made millions, and most of them were at school.
Was that illegal?
Technically, no.
Why was it not illegal? Because
Well,
technically because FIFA make money from the coins,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they are scamming some. It's almost like its own currency.
Scamming FIFA,
Yeah, it's his own
aren't they?
currency, but I'm not 100% knowledgeable on it, but I've had it told that it was unable to be prosecuted.
Okay.
And I know one of the reasons for that was maybe that it wasn't illegal, but another reason was a lot of these codes guys couldn't be found. They were using proxies that went through Hong Kong or wherever, diplomatic immunity, whatever. They couldn't do it. One of them works at EA now. One of them made his money.
It's a bit Jordan Belfort sort of style.
He made his money.
Thing.
He was like, I'm going to get out, I'm going to buy a house, and now I'm going to go and move to Canada and work for EA and do it to stop the bad guys.
The ferret of FIFA Street.
Yeah, exactly.
So you mentioned the Wembley Cup, mate.
Yeah.
I think to me that's so far your crowning jewel, the best, like the biggest thing that you've done.
Your best mixed metaphor so far is it's your crowning jewel.
Yeah. 20,000 plus kids in Wembley Stadium. Me in a suit.
Some adults.
Geordie's ideal day. I went. I took my girlfriend. Yeah, you got me tickets. And I took my girlfriend and her younger brother. Massive fans of you both. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. Genuinely, it was. I've been to Wembley quite a few times, and I think what didn't get over on the live stream, maybe, and there's I'm not criticising anyone in production, it's difficult to capture an atmosphere, but the atmosphere was better for that game than any other England game that I've been to.
Really?
But because
what did come across on the live stream is the great commentary. Let's not forget that.
I think in many ways that
Mark
drowned
Bright
out.
was so good.
Yeah.
Who was with him again?
It was I don't remember because that person also stabbed the other former commentator in the back.
Exactly.
I
I wanted to get you in, mate. I wanted to get you in.
He
I
was
tried to get you in. Mark Bright just edged you on credibility, unfortunately. And
I don't know why though. That's what I find
The
unusual.
problem with your connection is Mark Bright and him just have this chemistry that you two just don't really.
You're right. Yeah. It's that awkward.
Really
I think what
clicking.
Mark Wright embodies is that awkward middle class white guy that everyone loves. Whereas I am more of like a footballer who sort of tried to make it.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in Wembley. I've been to Wembley quite a few times, mainly because the people, and the difference in watching England there and watching # there is the people actually like the people on the pitch. And the difference is, so when you go, they're actually cheering for people that they relate to and they sort of have a bit of a share in their life.
Exactly.
Whereas with England, it's a bit more like, bloody hell, it's Wayne Rooney, don't really care.
But
Do you know
actually,
what I
it's a bit
mean?
the opposite of Wayne Rooney lately. We might as well mention this. He's getting booed.
No, I don't agree with that.
I'm not sure I do, because I actually don't like Wayne Rooney. I think he should have been dropped months ago, years ago even. But he's booing your own player.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
right.
If he's done something really, really bad, but he's just shit. It's
Are they
not
booing
his...
Rooney though, or are they booing the concept of Wayne Rooney?
They are. They're booing the concept, but they shouldn't. It's not how you should do it. For me, you should be booing John Terry when he played for us because of the sort of person he is, not because he's footballing ability. He deserved to be in the team. Wayne Rooney is just a professional who's aged. That's all it is. He's not as good at his job as he used to be. He probably shouldn't start, but you should not boo Rooney because he's our leading goal scorer. This guy scored more goals for us than anyone else. Yes, he's had a long career in England shirt, but that one day we're going to look at Rooney like we look at Bobby Charlton, like we look, maybe not because he didn't win a World Cup, but these guys, like even someone like Alan Shearer, Michael Owen, not as commentators necessarily, but as footballers, we kind of worship them already.
Shearer got booed. Shearer was booed.
Because he had a long spell where he didn't score.
Where he didn't score.
Pre-Euro 96.
And he was booed in that time.
But I think the difference is now, I think the thing with Wayne Rooney is there's something going on where he's got so many pals in the media who are wrongly defending him and saying he has to start now writing articles for this company and we're all looking at them like, who the fuck are you kidding, mate? We all see Wayne Rooney. You're not pulling the wool. Your article makes no difference. If anything, you're just hemorrhaging credibility by the second.
I think it shows
as soon as you start saying Wayne Rooney is good enough to start for England, he's not good enough for England. He's not good enough for Man United. Is he even good enough for West Brom, for Christ's sake, at this point? Do you know what I'm saying?
I actually would like to see, and I've said this time, I'd love to see Wayne Rooney take not a step down, but sort of go down the Premier League and go to a team like Sunderland.
Or go back to Everton.
Exactly. Although maybe Everton, he would have counter-attacking football. But I would go.
Would he get in the team?
But I mean, imagine him at Sunderland or imagine him at a West Brom or something. It's sitting a little bit deeper. You do have someone who's intelligent there and it can at least control a game.
Newcastle.
But it's the sort of thing he's probably going to have to do.
Maybe. I don't know.
Unless he goes to China or America somewhere, because one thing about Rooney is, it's been said before, he came on the scene with such energy at 16 that he had the strength of a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
And now he's 30, 31 or whatever he is, and he's got the body of a 45-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
He's deteriorated.
What about,
not all footballers can go, not all Maldini, you can't all go to like 40. Rooney's done, really, isn't he?
What was your favourite moment of the Wembley Cup, if you had to pick one moment?
Me and my brother scored the penalty.
Oh, yeah, we did the golf.
The golf celebration.
In fact, I'd probably say that's my favourite moment in my life.
Really?
So far. Well, just think about it. I'm in front of Wembley. Yeah. It was a big goal in the game. We ended up winning the game. My brother scored it.
You lifted the flag out.
And we had a 3-second chat before the game about what we'd do to celebrate. I said... we had he went to a golf thing. We had some golf idea. I can't remember what it was. And then he said, "Oh no, what you should do is you should tend the flag. I'll put it in and put it out." And we timed it so well. In fairness, looked
like you'd rehearsed it 100 times.
So, and it's just that moment running over to the flag when I was just so ecstatic. Like, it was great. Yeah.
And again, the kids in that corner absolutely love that.
You can't buy that. That's what anything you can't buy. Doesn't matter how much money you make, you can't pay to have people cheering for you at Wembley Stadium after your
favourite moment in his life. Hopefully Alex isn't listening.
No, she knows.
Sure, you've had a few nice moments with her.
They've been all right. Yeah, they've been good.
That Domino's pizza video is especially
like I said, you can't pay for the football.
Yeah, that's a very good point, yeah.
No, we talk about girlfriends a lot
with Alex,
on this show.
Just to be clear.
They were split.
You've landed on your feet with Alex, similar to my mate Lawrence. You're punching a bit above his weight as our Spencer.
Wow.
Good looking girl, lovely lass, met her before many times. She can edit as well, which if you're a YouTuber, any girls out there, I just want to say, if you're looking for a YouTuber and you know how to edit, that would be great.
The thing is, though, that's very much now basic skills. Really, if you're a girl out there who is looking to get into the YouTube game, After Effects is the way to go, Spencer.
After Effects is ideal.
And that's
Premiere.
Premiere is basic.
Yeah.
After Effects is the way to go. You need to be able to Photoshop. Definitely make sure you're competent with layers.
I mean, it should be on your Tinder profile.
Yeah, exactly.
Your basic
competent
editing
with
ability. Listen, Alex
you've landed on your feet.
Alex probably doesn't get the credit she deserves. A lot of people, and we have our channel together. A lot of people don't know that she works a lot on my channel as well. Like things like the Wembley Cup and these big projects, they take a large chunk out of my diary. We're talking multiple meetings a week. We're talking long shoots. For 2 years, I uploaded a video every single day. That's just on that one channel. That's not including the other channels. There's no way that would be possible without her. Didn't she left her job 2 years ago, almost to the day. 2 years ago, full time helping me, and that doesn't mean she's bloody doing the ironing. She's making the content.
Oh no, mate, I know that.
Ironing out the creases.
I remember because I went and watched some of your things yesterday, just sort of.
Just to refresh yourself.
Refresh my memory.
Did you hit subscribe
on his
hope so.
million subscriber video? He's excited. He's there, and then just behind him, there she is celebrating with you. And I thought,
what a woman!
Got us in there a little bit. Got us a bit emotional. But we're talking about the Wembley Cup.
That'll be you and I, some point.
I think I'll be hopefully with a beautiful woman on a beach.
Like I say, that'll be you and I in a few years' time.
No.
We'll go well.
My favourite Wembley Cup moment was a private one, to be honest with you. A lot of people weren't there for that one. It was after
Mark Bright, and his hand reached down.
No.
Next thing you know.
As much as Brighty would probably love that, no.
Have you in Wembley?
It was great. Loved the day. Commentating is my favourite thing. Spence said to me, don't play, commentate, that's the thing. And it wouldn't be fair to the rest of the lads, of course. The power.
I mean, sitting on your ass chatting is your favourite thing to do.
After the game, a few beers with the lads. Spenny went off to the, was it a nice little
Casino, Hippodrome.
Yeah.
Hippodrome.
Me-
Seb won again.
Hypocrite,
Seb
talking about other people, betting, and then going off to the casino
legally
after.
sanctioned in there.
Okay,
I'm
fair
over
enough.
18.
Yeah, and he doesn't own the company, so
exactly.
you know.
Not
So
yet.
I went off to a different establishment. Bearing in mind, just to refresh everyone's memory, I've got the suit on.
Yeah.
So I'm looking
Oh,
like.
he looked like he'd eaten Conor McGregor.
It looked like Conor McGregor become inflated.
Yeah.
You know, if the Michelin
Stung
Man.
by a lot of bees.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's big brother would have been all right.
Sure.
He
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
just
yeah.
said
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you
sure.
know.
Fat McGregor. Yeah.
No.
Dad.
Yeah.
Same
Daddy
age.
McGregor.
Same age as
Same
McGregor,
age.
pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
Same age.
You weigh what?
Separated at
Double?
birth.
Yeah,
I
in many
weigh
ways.
200 pounds more than him on fight night, pretty much. So anyway, now that we've come
With all the nachos.
paid sizes and that I've established I'm bigger than Conor McGregor. Thanks for ironing out that one.
But he'd still beat you in a fight, yes or no?
Definitely not. I'd fucking have him for dinner.
You
no,
think?
you wouldn't.
Are you
beat Conor-
joking?
He'd knock you out, mate.
I'm not being funny, but there's weight classes for it. He struggled with a 170-pound Nate Diaz. A heavyweight is going to kill him.
He was a trained fighter. Are you a trained
He's a trained fighter, but I'll fucking deck the cunt.
Well,
what's
I
he gonna
make
do?
it happen.
Yeah, I don't
UFC
believe this.
206.
Yeah.
If
we
I'm
can
the
get rid
same
of them-
size as Conor McGregor, he's kicking the shit out of me.
Mate, have you ever seen Rey
doubt about
Mysterio
it.
beat the Big Show?
matters.
Hello?
Size matters.
It can
All right.
happen.
So I'm dressed it the way I was.
Yeah.
Dapper as fuck.
Yeah,
Even if I
probably
lose-
best not to
even if I
associate
am a
yourself
fat
with the phrase
cunt.
dapper because of the kind of content that you put out there. Dapper and laughs just shouldn't be anywhere near what you're saying.
I'm not
right,
saying
mate?
laughs, mate. I don't
Yeah.
know who that is. I still don't know, and I'm not going to know. I look good. I walk into the establishment.
He's in the back of the Uber going, Brian.
I actually
you've
had
got
an
this.
issue. That
Come on."
suit everyone was going on about, I ended up leaving it in the hotel because I realised that because I was holding the microphone up to my mouth,
Yeah.
the arms on the suit had burst.
Sure.
The seams
You're
had gone.
kidding.
So I ended up just leaving the jacket. But I had the waistcoat on. I still look really good. I look good. Can we just get the fucking point?
Sure. There's
All
a
right, mate,
tramp.
you looked
There's a
good.
tramp with a tent
We
out there
agree.
now. Yeah, there's a tramp with a tent somewhere in Liverpool Street going, "Oh, I'm so glad I found this bloody thing."
Gazebo.
He's actually hosting small
like a tent.
homeless events
Like a
in the back of his jacket.
I walk into this establishment,
Yeah.
which happens to have a lot of dancing girls.
Yeah.
And these kind of girls, you know, they smell money. If you're an unassuming guy, you walk in there, you don't look good.
You just
They're
bring
going to
yourself
let you
with money
go.
before.
But because I walked in like king of the fucking hill,
Yeah.
they were on me like flies on shit. Next thing I know, bottle of champagne. All right, let's go. I'll get my own room. I've got 3 girls, all different.
We've got a
Because
little tent out the back.
if you're going to go to one of these establishments, which I'll promote them if they pay well enough, you have to go for different. Don't get the same girl dancing for you. Spice it up a little bit. It's like a buffet. You don't try the same food. Go
Right.
different. So I had a black girl, beautiful
Right.
black girl, big behind on her.
Yeah.
Blonde girl, I think she was Middle Eastern. No, she wasn't. European, she was. And then
Never
there's a
made two
regular
people more
one, just from
uncomfortable.
London,
Just a
somewhere,
regular one. What
5
are you
foot.
saying?
So the others were like 6 foot. She was about 5 foot. Really different. All dancing with the same type front of us. I'm just sitting there like
Just dancing.
Everyone else thinks I've been a good boy tonight. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I'm enjoying myself.
Why would you go to a bar where just normal women, fully clothed, normal women are just dancing for you?
But
That's
once
unusual.
you've experienced that,
Right.
where you can just go, take your clothes off and dance for us. He has
Oh, they
£20.
had their clothes off. Sorry, you hadn't said that. I was
I thought
right.
this was some kind of.
I thought this was- I just thought that you just went to enjoy the company of women.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't enjoy
Right.
the company of women
Okay.
much.
Never have you made 2 people more uncomfortable.
So anyway, I'm sitting there enjoying it, and I'm like, after that, mate, you want to go up to normal women in a bar and just go, £20 dance for us, please, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, sorry,
I've
no,
tried
that's
it
not-
once, it
yeah.
didn't work. So
This explains a lot, you know, because that same night I texted you very late because I was with Daniel Cutting, who famously.
had a nightmare. That
He did. He played well. He just didn't
Had
finish
a
his
nightmare.
chances. But it was a big talking point at the Wembley Cup. He had a lot of drinks. This guy. I tell you what. You want to go out for a drink with Daniel Cutting? I've never in my life, and I know some big drinkers, seen someone put drinks away as quickly as he does.
Right.
muscle.
We were in the casino. In the casino, he did no joke 10 shots within the space of 2 minutes.
what?
And he didn't. And he looked like he was absolutely fine.
To be
he
fair,
can
after
drink.
that performance, I think he was probably trying to drink
Go
himself to
out for a
death.
drink with him. But also,
I think he also did 10 shots before the game. Have you seen that?
he had 10 shots that went off target.
Yeah.
The interesting thing that came out of that, though, was that he gave us some information I didn't know about him, which was that he previously was a professional arm wrestler. He was number 1 in the country, number 3, I think, in the world at the World Championships for his weight class. He said to me, and I quote, I will smash True Geordie in an arm wrestle.
Brilliant.
The gauntlet has been laid down. Are you accepting?
I would do it, no problem. But one thing I will say is arm wrestling is not the test of strength anyway. So we'll add a couple more things there. Maybe bench press, which that will not be a contest at all. And then maybe we just go
Emotional
MMA.
strength. Oh.
MMA to decide it. If it's even.
So at that point, we'll bench press, we'll do the arm wrestling, and then we'll put you both in the octagon.
And that's it.
Right.
Fair
And
enough.
biting's allowed in this episode.
Why would biting be allowed?
I just think, why limit myself?
Do you
Use
like to
every
bite?
tool I have.
You feel like you have a powerful jaw.
Anyway, no,
I wanna
let's
see
not
that
talk
happen.
any more about Daniel's got his own
Daniel,
stuff.
I wanna see the arm wrestle.
He's not, I'll do that in time.
When
Let's
I'm
get to some emails.
I've got some good problems for you guys. Now, I don't know, you've answered problems before on your own radio show.
Back in it, well, no, not really. I had on my student radio station, I had a segment called Grandad Greg.
Yeah.
My co-host Greg would answer the problems.
You opposed them.
I'd just write them because no one listened in and actually sent them.
I don't know what
So I
kind of
made them up.
grandad would answer the kind of problems we get. Maybe
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner?
A filthy one.
Hugh Hefner, Playboy Mansion?
Yeah.
Playboy could sponsor this. Anyway,
Anyway, I wouldn't. No.
I'm available. I'm open.
Hi, True Geordie. Hi, True Geordie and Spencer. I like this girl and recently found out that my best friend likes her too. I think she likes me back though. What should I do? What's your advice?
Lot of factors to consider.
Yeah.
First factor, how good a friend is it? Is he a new friend? Is he a long-term friend?
It says best mate.
Okay, that's key. Second is, how good looking is the girl?
Yes.
Because if she's upper echelon, there'll be other friends.
Is she top pins?
How old is the guy? This is the thing, because
He's probably around 15, 16.
I was famous. This is exclusive for you.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
I was famous in the Brentwood area of Essex where I grew up because I went to a all-boys primary school.
Brilliant.
But when I got to year 5,
Which way's this story going?
they let girls in for the first time.
Wow.
So I was the first
floodgates
person in the
have
history
opened.
of Brentwood Preparatory School to have a girlfriend at that school.
There's a reason they call him Spend Doggy Dog.
They,
Do you know what I mean?
they came in, the girls came in, we were 10, I looked at the bunch, I went, I'll take that one. And
I'll take her.
we never kissed.
No.
We held hands.
And to this day, he's still with Alex.
took it-
And it is lovely.
I took her to the cinema with my mum as a chaperone.
Brilliant.
I was 10, went to Basildon Leisure Park.
Basildon
and
bombed.
one thing led to another, and we held hands for a bit.
Wow.
And it was the best hand-holding experience.
The best thing
of
was
his
that on
life.
one side he's holding hands with his mum, on the other side he's holding hands with
He's
his
never
new
washed her hands since. He loves it.
The point I'm trying to make is that at the time, that was a big deal. It was in the Brentwood Gazette. Everyone was talking about it. But really,
Spencer goes to the cinema.
but really,
Were
looking
you a
back
YouTuber
now,
then? Or did you just put any old shit in there?
Future YouTuber holds hands with his girl.
but looking back, it was nothing. It was just
Yeah.
it was one of many. So basically, if he's a young guy and this guy's a good friend of yours, realistically, you got to stay with your friend. You got to have a chat with your friend, I'd say, and say, listen, there's this girl. I know you like her. I just want to put it out there. I've got a feeling she may like me more. That'd be pretty awkward if that happens. So, have a chat with the girl, get the cards on the table. If she likes you, tell the friend. If he's a good friend, he'll step aside.
I had a similar problem when I was in school. I've got a best friend, and he's been my best friend since we were 4 or 5.
I thought we were sort of heading that way.
Yeah, we're definitely on that route, right? And we sat in the back of my dad's car while waiting for my dad to go and get takeaway pizza. And he went to me, I like a girl. And I went, I like a girl too. And we go, okay, after 3, we'll both say her name. 1, 2, 3.
Your mum.
Yeah. Which is weird because he also went, my mum. And I was like, that's outrageous. No, but right, we both said the same girl. And
Damn.
I never regretted going, it's all right, mate, you can have her.
And did he go?
And I was the one who went up to her and said, do you want to go out?
I love the idea that
Yeah.
the girl was happy to go out with you.
She was sort of
I'll
like,
take either of
I'll
you.
take either of you. I don't really
It
mind.
is like that when you're younger, though, isn't it? They're not really picky, are they?
They're not at all. Although I was quite good looking in my young years.
Yeah.
I remember one time, the final
happened?
school disco that we ever had in our school, there was a girl that all the boys liked. And you know when they get that mate? So I was sort of the funny looking geeky mate that would always be the one who asked people out instead of the one that was like, I'll just wait over here. You go over there and you give her that bag of sweets and see what she says. You know,
that did not sound right.
No, yeah.
When he said it,
I will just say now, my friend was a 35-year-old paedophile. A lovely guy.
He's sat outside in the car. Go on.
Just take these sweets over.
Take these.
She'll love them.
Yeah.
They're her favourite.
Yeah. He was a lovely man, very kind to my family. Anyway, the point is that I go over to this girl and she goes, and I said, my friend really wants to go out with you. And she goes, I don't want to go out with him. I'm like, well, okay, who do you want to go out with? She goes, I want to go out with you. And then the disco ended and everyone went home and no one ever followed up on it. And to this day, no one believes me that the best looking girl in our school wanted to go out with me when I was 11. So all I'm saying is always stick with your friends. Bros over hoes.
Exactly, it's a good rule to live by.
Good one.
Yeah.
I never really had that problem, personally.
Why, you don't have any friends?
No, I just don't really remember that happening. Similar as really.
They just never had to pick it. It was always just the assumption that was there.
I was quite a handsome lad until I hit puberty.
What happened?
And then all of a sudden, I was a good looking boy, and then I hit puberty and all of a sudden, what the fuck? I just started growing like wildfire, spots all over, piled away on. It wasn't pretty, it really took us a while to grow into that and own it.
Still going as well.
Still growing as well,
funny.
by the looks of it.
Yeah, you can't speak in retrospect when you're still going through it. You know that, right?
Yeah. Look, I had a beard when I was 14. Chill out.
Jesus.
Yeah. Was that the only hair on your body at that time?
Was it fuck?
Yeah.
Was it fuck? I had a hairy chest and everything.
Yeah.
Boom. Puberty hit me hard. Couldn't keep my hand off
Like
my
a car
cock.
crash.
Tell you, just wanging every day, just trying to make it through life. All right, next email.
Let's go with this top one. I'm 18. My girlfriend and I have... This one's about a breakup. My girlfriend and I have been dating for 2 years and completely out of nowhere, she broke up with me without any obvious reason. Her birthday was 2 days ago. I sent her flowers and everything was coming up Millhouse. She said she loved me and it was all happy like it had always been before. She then said she was just too stressed with uni work. She's only been at uni a week.
Oh, mate.
And
Oh
needs
my
some
god!
space.
Oh, I bet you're just working
bells.
the dick.
She won't talk to me on the
Fresh this
phone
week.
or give me any real explanation.
Oh my
I can't
days.
start to feel better and deal with the situation until I know why it's happened. I'm pretty confident it's not another guy.
Oh my god, son.
I can't believe I laughed there. I feel mean now for laughing, but it's
wake up, son. Come on, smell that coffee.
not
Smell
another
the
guy.
cock.
She's just not that type of person. Quite shy and too kind and polite to do that shit. But hey,
Dude.
you never fucking know. Any advice on how I can stop being a soppy twat and start to feel better?
Wake up, son. She's gone to Freshers Week and she's been fucking cocked more times than John Wayne's rifle. That's what's happened. Dick for days. She's gone there. She's fucking cut loose, and she's been shagged probably by three different blokes in the first week. And she thought, I can't keep going. This has to end. It's over. That's what's happened. That's what's happened.
You're painting a horrible photo, a picture, so that he'll get that horrible image and be able to break up with her.
He needs to know the truth, mate. The brutal reality.
It is possible that in Freshers Week, right, you sort of go away and suddenly all these new possibilities open up.
Yeah.
It's like, look at all these
And
new
legs.
people.
Here's what I'll
That is
say.
outrageous. I don't get you.
Buttholes.
I'll say, as much as he put it slightly differently to how I would have put it, Geordie's probably right.
Right.
Maybe not to the extent. I don't know what unis you were looking at, but
Yeah.
mine is much more just missionary standard. When what I would assume has happened is that she may be a lovely girl. It doesn't make her a bad person, but you go to uni, opportunities arise. However, there is a small sliver of chance that he's right, that she's just stressed out. Maybe she's made a bad decision. She's walked away from a wonderful relationship. If he still believes, despite hearing that powerfully delivered monologue from True Geordie, I say go up or down or wherever it is to that university, march in there, maybe not in the evening. Do it in the daytime, just in case.
I mean, even then, you're probably
Oh
running.
God! First thing in the
chances.
morning.
See what she's got to say for herself.
Knock first. I just want to say.
I'm here. I've come all the way from Bath. It's me. What are you doing here, Mark? Why are you knocking on my door? It's me. Let me in. Oh, I can't really open the full dorm door.
And then all he
now
has is, yeah, mate, get away from this
Are you
place.
coming back to bed or what?
What could happen?
What's going on, everyone?
She's just sitting watching one of my videos while pleasuring herself.
Sure.
No.
Everyone else who watches
honestly,
your video.
let's be honest, mate. What kind of woman gets rid of you because you're stressed out about some fucking coursework? I'm sorry, what kind of relationship
Real life
did
women?
you have?
Someone with a real life?
Bullshit.
She's taking the easy way out. I think
she's bottled it.
I don't know if he's at uni as well. It doesn't say how old he is.
It doesn't say, no.
He needs to probably.
Oh, it says I'm 18. He's 18.
Okay, so what we think's happened has happened. He probably needs to move on.
Yeah.
What may happen is that they may get back together after uni. Who knows? They might come back together. But you need to have your time. If you go to uni, it's a great time to kind of just
cut loose.
Don't have any responsibilities and just have some fun.
But you had some good times at uni.
I had a good time at uni.
Yeah. Also, don't hold on to that hope forever that she will come back.
Move on with your life, and don't hate the girl. Understand it's just a passage of life. It's very, very few people get together with people at school and stay with them forever. It's very rare.
Very few.
She's just enjoying herself.
Yeah.
And you know what? Life moves on. Like at some point,
other men.
Also, you're 18. There's so many more opportunities. So many more fish in the sea.
No, mate, he needs to forget about her right now and get himself out in the big wide world and enjoy himself as well.
Hey lads, hey Spencer and Geordie, I'm 18 and I've just started university. This is not from her, by the way. Imagine if she wrote it. I don't know how to get rid of a guy and he won't stop calling. Last week I was extremely close to losing my virginity, but was cock blocked to the greatest extent by my flatmate. Me and this girl got off
Sarah.
at Freshers' Ball. Kissing and dancing and had a laugh.
Classic combo.
Wow.
Good
Kissing
lad.
and dancing. Kissing and dancing is good, isn't it?
It's like old-fashioned.
It's so good, yeah.
I'm picturing, it feels like I'm in the wartime here. Like I'm imagining World War II. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That still happens.
Till my flatmate tells her he'll give her 50 quid if she has sex with me. And she bloody takes it. We get to mine and she's in my bed with me, not knowing about the money, until she tells me just before we're about to get it on. She tells me she feels bad and that she can't do it, and she gives me the money back and goes home. Right. I did ask if she wanted to do it anyway, and she said yeah, but I kind of took it as a joke. I said, why couldn't you give the money back and do it anyway to show you did want to do it in the first place? It's all getting a bit complicated now.
Yeah.
My advice, offer 100 next time.
She said, good God, basically...
Probably go for it.
She's not a prostitute.
She's wavering.
Yeah.
If she's wavering on 50, 100, she'll seal the deal.
Yeah. Basically, what it says is that she didn't want to have sex with him out of pity. The thing is, I definitely punched above my weight, and with the making out earlier on in the smooth talking that I did being legit, I still feel like I could have another chance. Should I try it on with her, or is it not worth it, considering she did take the money in the first place? This is prostitution mixed with...
I mean, a classy girl would have turned the money down.
Instantly.
I'd look at it as an opportunity. I'd look at it as actually a positive because he's gained £50 by the sounds of things.
Yeah.
He's not given that money back to his mate, I don't think.
He's won.
So if anything, he's been paid £50 to have a girl back to his room.
But so it does say gave the money back to my flatmate.
Oh, no.
That's outrageous. Imagine if on the way out she went, didn't that? That's even more humiliating.
Yeah.
She puts her clothes on, please don't leave. And then the next thing he's walking out the room. Oh, where are you going? Why are you leaving? She goes up to the flatmate and goes, didn't happen in the end, there's your 50 back.
I can tell you what though, I wish I'd had him as my flatmate. He's trying to sort him out with sex.
I wouldn't say that's cock blocking. I'd say that's facilitating a situation.
Mate, he's lubing her up for you at this point.
No, he's not.
Quid.
That money does not make lubricant happen. That's not a...
I don't know, mate. I could tell you some websites where... Honestly.
That's the question. Has the friend done it to be annoying to make it less likely it happens, or has he done to really push it over the line?
I'd assess your friend.
Yes.
Drop the girl. Don't worry about her. Assess your friend. That's not helping you if he's going up to girls whilst you're already doing well and giving her a 50 and going, will you just sleep with him? That's not helping.
I think his heart's in the right place though.
Yeah, but assess your friend. Sort of go up to him and be like, listen, mate, next time I'm already dancing, we're already having a little kiss. Yeah. At that point, there's no need for the money.
They need a tactical team talk. Their friends, they need to sit down. He sounds like he could be a good wingman, but he's overstepped the mark.
Yeah,
he's not judged it properly.
Exactly.
Like if we're out on a night out and you went up to a woman and paid her to have sex with me, I'd thank you for it.
Sure. You owe me a lot of thank yous. Hi, Geordie and Spencer. Love the podcasts.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Spencer had one.
I've played a big part in them.
It's coming
Keep
back.
it up. It's fucking hilarious, he says.
Oh, cheers.
I'm well and truly out of the closet now at the age of 19, and I had huge support from friends and family.
Is this a man or a woman?
You know what? I don't know. I think it's a guy.
John,
I think it's a guy.
Probably a guy, isn't it?
Yeah. Before I came out of the closet, I had a friend stay over. You know what I've just realised is that people could probably take these little cuts and just make them into sounds if it's my story.
Yes, that's why he doesn't read them.
That worried me a little bit then for a second. I had a friend stay over, which was in fact my boyfriend at the time when I was 18. My parents didn't have an issue as they thought he was just a friend. My sister, who's a couple of years older than me, came into my room to borrow my phone charger, and what she saw when she opened the bedroom door was me and my boyfriend performing oral sex. And she immediately shut the door. I think, yes.
Blowjobs.
What's that called when two guys are giving
It's not a
each other
69,
oral sex?
is it?
No. I don't know what that's called. 68? Is it? I don't know. We'll look it up later.
99?
99? With a flake on top.
Yeah, with a flake, yeah. More expensive now.
Between me and my sister have been extremely awkward ever since, for what sounds like a year now.
Wow.
And we haven't spoken about it. What should I do? P.S. Geordie's 11 was a great FIFA series.
Thank you, mate. I should bring that back.
A little evaluation there. I would love to see it back.
Enjoy the career mode on the True Geordie
I've
Gaming
even
channel.
started my own True Geordie 11 on FIFA 17 Ultimate
Well
Team.
done.
Thank you very much. That one I titled Gay Sex.
Well, so he's out the closet now, right?
Very much.
So I feel like it's time to chat to the sister and be honest about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Address it. She's seen him, probably, with a cock in his mouth. She's got to get over that.
Yeah.
He's got to get over that. It's all got to just be aired.
is that really that bad?
Well, she's probably sucked dick before, so at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they're both doing it, so they can relate. Maybe they
can
can give
get
each other tips.
Exactly.
They can, because he's a man as well, so he can be like, don't neglect the balls. Lick under there. We like that.
Yeah.
Deep throat if possible.
Sure.
All good. All good things. It's if possible. Don't
is that a
force
little
it.
caveat?
We don't want you
When
being
possible.
sick and all of that. No one likes that. It's a right mood killer. But if you can,
sure
try.
it is.
So try and give advice like that.
Just out of
Noah.
interest, no one's ever thrown up.
You can bond on that.
Yeah, if anything, it should bring you closer together,
Yeah.
really.
Blowjob should bring you close together, essentially.
She
That
could
song.
put this on. No, that wouldn't work because still incest, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, talk about it. Spencer's right. Talk about it. Talking helps.
Get around the table, get some food on, have a chat, and move on.
Bring the friend over.
I'm happy with that. We've got. You happy with that, Lawrence?
I'm great advice.
Before
Go and chat
we
to your
end this,
sister.
we've got a Twitter topic. We always do one final Twitter topic. Worst experience in a car. Lawrence, do you want to kick off?
It sort of happened near to a car.
That sounds good. Roll with it.
I've done a lot of road trips. I did a road trip in America. Done road trips up and down Britain. It was good. When I was younger, I used to have a next door neighbour, and this is going to sound a little bit unusual, but it kind of I'd grown up since the age of 4 with this neighbour, and we both loved films. And when I got to like the age of 17, I really wanted to work in media. So we used to just go and like shoot the shit in this car and just drive around to the scariest places we could find in local areas. Woods, abandoned houses.
You sound like you're living Joe Weller's life at this point.
I'm not kidding.
That's what he does.
It was similar to that, right? And this next door neighbour was just a nice guy. He was a big film enthusiast, so he'd sort of be like, have you seen this film? Burn DVDs for me, all these sort of things. And essentially gave me a really good movie education, right? And I learned a lot from him about movies, all those kind of things. And
Get to the point.
we would drive to the scariest places and just scare ourselves. We'd get out the car and walk as far into dark woods at about midnight as we could. So one night we go to this place close to where I live called Jackson's Bank, which if you live in the Midlands is a really nice forest. Go check it
Hurry
out.
the fuck up, will you?
I get out the car, swinging the torch around my finger, on, off, and we start down this.
Fuck me, mate. Get to the point.
Car is a very small part of this story.
Out of nowhere, 2 other guys get out of a car and start following us, right? And I'm like, I turn to this guy and I'm like,
I see where this is going.
With Russian accents and shotguns.
We're gonna get killed. Walk up to us, and essentially all I have to do is to keep walking past them, and they sort of go, "Evening," and we're like, "You all right? Yep." And I just keep walking, get back to the car, and next thing I know, there's a car park. Then there's no one in the car park before. We get back to the car park full of cars, all of them with steamed up windows.
Oh my
We've
God.
come to the local fucking dogging site, and there are 2 guys who are following us to dog in the woods.
Evening. evening.
Did the guy you were with know where he was actually going?
That's the thing is, I don't know.
That story actually sounded like something that's going on in the UK at the moment of
Dogging.
clowns.
The clown thing.
You heard
yeah,
about
I've
that?
seen this,
Yeah, clowns piss me off. Like, those guys are dicks.
Yeah, they're just standing there. Like, well, I'm a clown, I'm scared. If someone does that with me,
have knives.
I'm going to fucking punch fuck out.
You've seen
the
that
cunt.
video on YouTube when the guy pops out the bin and smacks him. That's what Geordie would
I'm
do.
gonna do that.
Yeah, clown, bang.
I'm going to flatten one of the bastards.
But what if they have a gun?
Drive them
'Cause,
over.
you know, they tend to be like 4 of them, and then they just label it prank. And
lot
then
of
the
them carry
person's
knives.
Yeah, and the person's like sobbing, and they're like, "Oh, it's a prank."
One or
Get
the other
over
way,
it.
right? I hate pranksters. I hate prank videos on YouTube, so I'd want to punch them anyway. And I fucking hate these
do it now.
sad
Don't do it
bastard clowns. So either way, it's a success if I catch one of them. Just saying. Spencer, any interesting car stories?
I've got a couple. Which one would you prefer? The one where I was left in France as a 7-year-old, or the one where my friend jumped on our windscreen?
Friend jumped on the window.
Yeah, maybe because I don't want to. I like your mother. I don't want to
Yeah.
implicate her and have any
Fair enough.
issues. Social services.
For another time then.
How is Saunders?
So when I was about 18, me and a good friend of mine, we come back from a party, and I'd been drinking, so my friend was driving, and we got in a car with this guy at school called Steve. Won't say his surname because he's notorious. He was the resident nutter. You know, he's the kind of guy that he'd take his top off and secure in the sixth form centre and say, "Right, slap me until like I can't take it anymore," and we'd film it, and his skin would go blue, and it would start coming off on the hands of the guy slapping him. Like
No
skin.
way.
That's how bad he'd take it. This guy was like a nutcase. One time, years and years later, I came back from a night in Fabric, which closed before it closed. You'd be up really late. I come home back to Essex like 6 a.m. walking down the road. I
6
saw
a.m.
him asleep on the middle of the road at 6 a.m. in the morning. He was asleep in the middle of the road. And I
Sounds
ran
like a
over to him and
good
I was like,
guy.
"Steve, what's going on? What's that?" And he woke up and he went, "Oh, I just fell asleep here, mate." And there's cars driving on the road. I was like, "How are you?" She's like 2 years after school. I was like, "How are you?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I've got to go." And just ran off. But the car thing was me and my mate. We were about to drive off. We're leaving this party, and he'd obviously been there as well. And we start pulling out this country lane. And he starts sprinting alongside the car. And we're like, "Steve, he's a nutter." Wee." And he just jumps on the front of the car, and he's on the windscreen. And I'm obviously had a fit to drink, and I'm not driving, but I'm egging the guy driving, and I'm going, keep going," like thinking it's a good idea, thinking like, this is really brilliant. And he's hanging on like from like, his claws.
About
He's
to
like,
die.
yeah. And I decided it was a good idea to put the windscreen wipers on. And he's going like this. And I was like, we were going pretty fast at this point, and he just goes
What do
flying
you
off the
reckon?
car.
50 mile an hour?
He goes,
something?
yeah.
Probably.
And he goes flying off the car, and I thought, "Oh my God, we've killed him." And it wouldn't have really been murder because he jumped on a moving car.
Yeah.
Also,
But,
if
to be
you
fair-
did in fact kill him, they can't get you on that one. You weren't driving.
No.
You weren't.
And I haven't said the name of the driver.
Yeah.
Exactly, so-
And but to be fair, you were shouting faster,
Yeah, I was,
faster at
yeah.
your mate. So
Yeah.
So I can confirm, obviously I saw him 2 years later, he wasn't dead. But he,
Still
alive.
we
It's
got
all
up,
right.
it was like when I hit a badger once, I got out to look and it was gone. He was gone. And then the next day,
Very similar.
he was in school and he was fine, mate.
Just like a badger.
Just like a badger. Some people call him the human badger.
yeah.
Human. My story a little bit different. It involves a woman.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Is it in that Peugeot 206 that we all know about?
The very same.
Very
no,
same
it wasn't
car.
actually.
Oh. It's a Citroen.
I met a girl. I used to work at a supermarket. It was like one of my first jobs, you know. And when you work in the supermarket, there's a lot of young girl students working and things like that. So
what did you do in the supermarket?
initially, I was on the checkouts.
I thought you'd be in the
I was
fish
gonna
market.
say, yeah.
Well, no,
I can see
I
one of
worked
those
in a
little white
butcher's
hats.
as well, but that was a separate thing. But then eventually I made too much like disruption, and I had
That's
too many
around the meeting.
complaints made about us, so I ended up getting moved to petrol.
Yeah,
which
put
there
him
was-
near the most dangerous thing in the area.
So you'd be
That's
serving
good.
the people that are coming to pay.
Yeah, there was more issues with petrol as well. I'll get into it another time. But we're on
I'm going for a cigarette. you
So there was this girl there, and she was about 5 foot, about 9 stone,
Mm-hmm.
and she sort of defied the laws of physics in many ways because she was so little, but yet she could take so much dick. It was unbelievable.
That's again, not physics laws
No.
and nothing. At no point did Einstein ever come up with any
but
laws about
in
dick.
my head, I'm thinking, all right, bigger girls can take more
Yeah.
in them. Littler girls take. Like, it doesn't work like that because some big girls have got a very tight. She
She was from Gallifrey.
not only could the full whack in the fanny,
Sure.
the whole lot up the arse as well.
Wow,
Didn't mind.
absolutely, yeah,
Really didn't mind.
course, yeah.
So anyway, this was the kind of relationship
Which
we had.
physics law was that again? Sorry?
So we used to we had I don't know, but we used to had drives out places like that where we'd stop the car and I'd just be like, "Do you want to stop off here? Yeah, we'll have a
I'll
bit
slot the whole thing back in.
have a bit of fun." It didn't matter, either hole, good to go. And but then we started sort of getting a bit disenchanted with one another, you know, arguments creep in as they do.
Not that hole.
Yeah, that was never.
Never a problem.
It was never a problem, apparently, yeah.
It bled once, but I just
Wow.
she really carried on like
Those
a soldier.
aren't the laws of physics.
Like a soldier. Anyway, we fell out. And I was having an argument with her. I said, I was in her car at the time. I went, you know, it's
What
fuck
kind of
you.
car was that?
It was like a small girl's car, like I don't want to say what it was, but small girl's car. Anyway, I stormed out the car, went, you know, it's fuck you. I went, I've been cheating on you anyway. I've been fucking...
Had you?
On nights out, I'd been having...
Cheeky kiss.
He takes himself down an alleyway, doesn't he?
Anyway, I've kind of dropped myself in.
Frostniks in this, isn't
So as she drives off, I realise, oh shit, left my phone in the fucking glove compartment, haven't I? But she was really angry. She was like a nut. For a woman to do some of the things she did, I mean, she had to be quite nutty.
Yeah. Like what kind
So
of
she
things
drives straight at us as I'm trying to stop the car to get my phone back. And I find myself in a similar position to Steve the Nutter. I'm on the front of the car, on the bonnet. Jeez. She's speeding off. And I'm at a point where I'm like, do I let go?
How much did you weigh at this point?
I'm saying,
I weighed about. I didn't weigh what I weigh now, but I was a good 20 stone, and I'm on a car. Anyway, I had to let go. She must have been doing about 30. Luckily, I managed to sort of pull myself together, and she kind of had the last laugh because as she drove past, she throws my fucking phone out of the car on the floor. It smashed, and I was like, probably deserved that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Really?
Karma.
Good.
Cup, that's
Do you like how you
perfect.
ended it? You ended it well.
Ending.
That was very nice. Karma.
So yeah, one last question for Spencer. A few people asked this. Next Wembley Cup 3. How are we going to top it? I've got an idea, and a lot of people are saying this.
Sack Mark
The
Bright.
scores are 4-4.
Yeah.
It's the last 5 minutes. You see a spotlight go up to commentary. The suit is pulled open.
If you're some
Mark Bright comes
Mark
on.
Bright, brilliant.
Yeah, great idea. Let's do it.
Ex-footballer Mark Bright gets up.
That'd be so good, wouldn't it?
To be fair,
and you could just commentate on your own.
these days, so I thought it would have been obvious. True Geordie, name on the back, number 9, Alan Shearer, the new Alan Shearer, comes on the pitch, scores for Spencer FC, saves the day. All in a day's work. Back up to commentary to finish off.
There's only one problem with that, is if you score, there's no epic commentary over it. Because the best bit...
Bright, you can handle 5
Can't
minutes.
you
The best bit of the Theo
Probably.
Baker goal is you going, "You've done it, son!"
Yeah.
That wasn't a great accent. That
It was. It was.
It was all right.
Yorkshire.
Yeah. So
I feel like
just
that could
think about
work.
it. Just think about it.
Yeah, all right. Well, the Wembley, we don't know if it's definitely going to happen yet. We hope we're going to be another one. Obviously, we can't confirm it yet, but I'd certainly love there to be, and I'd certainly love you to be involved again in a commentary role.
But purely off pitch.
The free role, but in the commentary booth.
You're libero.
He's leaving it open for the surprise.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
All right. Well, once again, it's been an absolute pleasure getting Spencer on. One of my best pals on YouTube, one of the best YouTubers. I owe him a lot. He put me on that series, so I really appreciate it. And thanks to you as well, Lawrence,
Thanks for coming on, Spencer.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's been very fun. It's a bit different to what I'm used to on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
I think you gave the real. This is the real Spencer I talked to on the phone. This is what this is. You know?
I enjoyed it. I
The
thought it was
regular.
nice to chat to you guys.
All right.
Hopefully, in the future, when you have your own podcast,
I've had it, mate. We did it.
Probably
He was
comes
on
up.
it.
I was on it.
Great show.
Missed that
Series
chance as well.
2, we can come on your...
Oh, that would be good.
If I do another one, you could be the first people on there, 100%.
Oh,
I do
brilliant.
actually remember that. I remember being a little bit... I remember seeing that first podcast and being like, wow, this is YouTubers on iTunes.
Yeah.
I wish I could break
Since
that.
then, Spencer's had a number 1. I've had a number 1. Well, you as well.
Yeah.
Technically.
Peter Andre. I mean, everyone needs a producer. Don't
All right. Don't forget to download on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube. We're doing something on /football as well, so make sure to check them out. All the links are in the description below. Check Spence out, of course, if you haven't already. I'm sure you have. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.